Can you put out names of the tracks? Are you going to put like a track list out, or is you going to only drop it and drop it?
I'm gonna squeeze out a couple of tracks bit by bit. Like one or two tracks. There should be a video drop in about 2 weeks. Keep the people interested. So yeah, I put out that it's coming out today. Was when I announced it to the world today. So it's just like fresh news as well. So yeah, I'm gonna keep leaking you stuff. I got like I should do too many spoilers. I've learned a lot of lessons. I'll put it that way, and I'm kind of seeing the way that other people have done it and kind of learn from their successes, learn from my own failures, learn from their failures, and I got a nice package as such to go with it. So bit by bit, it'll come out. After the 30th, you'll have the whole thing. The whole thing will be available from the 30th. We'll see in terms of the track list, but I want everything to feel kind of fresh when it comes out. I don't want to tease too much, so it kind of feels a little bit stale, because it's just kind of should push it out. It's a different sound for gospel. I'll put it that way. It's combining a lot of elements. Myself and J Chief, were the rappers on the project, I teamed up with J Chief, aka See That Unity Again, and I kind of looked into the best of both of our skill set. You know, it's just a dope lyricist, a dope storyteller all around, and like I kind of consider myself in the same vein, and a wordsmith. I like to think, God willing, as well, and also like I got like melodies for days. So it's just a combination of all of those factors that try to put together the storytelling with the wordplay, with the crazy catchy melodies, and then I don't want it to be anything sad or depressing. I just want it to be like a party vibe, you know, as we're in the summer, even going through the winter, but just to feel like an upbeat thing, just to carry people through.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Have you got any collaborations on the 5 tracks that you're putting out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know one of them, right? yeah, Ghost. Yeah, Ghost Lotus drops on there like nicely, man. I'm gonna tell the story real quick. Yep. So Ghost, he came down for the ciphers and whatnot, but he must have been like running late because the man was coming down from Derby to London, so hell of a trip. He must have been late for the ciphers, and we packed up and was like, we got to do something before you go back to Derby, bro. So like, yeah, went over to the studio and whatnot. Every guy just picked up a pen real quick, and in like 40 minutes, I, J Chief, and Ghost all had a verse on there. Yeah, it's like one of the first times hearing him. Yeah, it's definitely my first time seeing him live doing something. And yeah, I'd only heard like snippets of him from social media and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it surprised me. It's a good surprise for what he's able to put down in that space of time. You wouldn't be able to tell that it was a quick put together thing. I think just because we're all so focused and we knew exactly what we wanted. I'll give you that one. The title for that one's called Unity Step.
But that has obviously made it worthwhile, like him coming away from Derby to London, just to, you know what I mean? Jump in.
I don't believe in coincidences is the thing, man. I don't believe in coincidences and that kind of thing. It's like if he's walking the path that God wants him to walk, I'm walking the path God wants me to walk, and then we collide at the same time, that means something to me. That just means I need to figure out what was God's plan for that coming together. So I believe that's it. They just created a dope track. And this is the thing, like, because I told you, like, what I think in terms of the quality of the tracks. But then I had to think about what's going to be released as singles in terms of music videos and that. And like, trust, there's one track called Unity itself. And because Unity Step was a bit similar to Unity, I think, I won't release a video for it. But that track could have easily been one of the lead singles for the whole EP, man. Unity Step. It's a dope track.
Yeah, man. So that's cool. Anyway, so you got your collaboration Ghost Lotus right there. Obviously, the whole thing is a collaboration with J Chief. So exactly. That's because that's your duo, kind of. That's your partnership there. You and J Chief have been doing stuff for a while, right? Like you guys are close friends, and
it was funny. Like it feels like we've known each other for forever, but this is the whole funny thing because we said the cypher started in October, right? So in about August we were on a performance together, and that's the first time we met. If I take it back further than that, I was like posting around stuff on like social media and Facebook groups, just keeping that buzz going. And then I noticed every group that I posted in, I just kept seeing this guy, J Chief. Every group I put J Chief, I'm like, well, who is this guy? so like,
he's like an online stalker or something.
You know what I mean? It's like, cause I don't know what's going on, because it's quite, in terms of bumping into gospel rappers, in like some of these Facebook groups that are more generic ones. It doesn't happen like too often. You have to be like in that time span because they stay buzzing. So yeah, I see him and I was like, yo. So at the time I was working on this compilation album, Best of UK Gospel. So I was like, yeah, I wasn't even necessarily thinking of it as like putting some gospel rap on there, but from speaking to him, I was like, yeah, how do you feel about doing some gospel rap for the album? It's like, cool. So it's like we went studio, did that track and whatnot, and then we're just talking, and it was a conversation similar to the way that this one started. We're just talking about the unity and the scene and stuff, and like, you know, we're talking about how it would be good to just bring people together and do like a cypher or something. And then, like, lo and behold, we were at this performance. I forget what it even was, this performance, somewhere far away in East London. And then we're like, you know, I just kind of forced it. I had like a camera on me. I was like, yo, let's just make it happen. So with him, Freedom, and EK, who had the same performance, I was like, yo, yes, let's spit something. And that was like the first cypher we did. And I was like, yo, we gotta do this again. And then, yeah, we just started the ciphers from there and whatnot. And then this project just kind of was kind of born out. It was like, cool, okay, so we're doing the ciphers. Like, this like really happening. And the next thing, unless I'm missing something, I just hadn't seen two gospel rappers of a decent caliber come together and do a project like that, you know? And I couldn't figure out why necessarily, because I can't think of what the problem would be. But yeah, so I was like, just do it. If nothing else, at least just to show that it can happen, you know? That two gospel artists can come together and find that middle ground, that synchronicity, and just glorify God. And I feel it's just a different vibe when there's that unity element, because there's so much scripture to back up. When two or more gathered in my name, or when there's unity, I'll be there among them. You know, there's all of these things that condone unity and push forward unity. Like, you have the 12 disciples. It's like, you know, Jesus didn't need 12 guys to do anything for him. But that premise and that thing was like always there. So I just tried to tap into it. And like JG for myself, we shared that same mindset.
Yeah, man, that's cool. So J Chief and you both had the idea to do the ciphers. Then it wasn't just you so much. It was actually both you guys that had the sense to do that, and their kind of virtues to jump forward on it together, which is great, because you obviously, like you said, if it's one or more stood together, then Christ is there too. So if you banded together first of all, and then now you're on, well, hopefully coming up with a third season. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
And also, you're a producer, right? So you're producing all your own tracks for presumably for your new EP. Is that right?
Yeah. The production's crazy, man. If I do say so myself. Look, like, I don't even like an ego thing. I'm on the side of music, so when I hear like good music, I just get excited, and it's just like, yeah, the production on it's just stupid. It's just stupid and crazy.
Have you been saving like special beats for yourself, like not selling them, kind of thing for?
Time to time. But you know what it is? It's like, you know, if you go out to buy a suit, right? There's suits everywhere, and then if you want a proper nice fit, you gotta get it tailor made, right?
Yeah.
So like some of the stuff is just so tailor made that like I might be in a zone or atmosphere, I'll make something just for making it, but a lot of the stuff's tailor made, and because I do this whole bunch of stuff, it's like I can hear how I sound in it, I can hear how J Chief will sound in it, I can see how the video will look for it, and it's kind of where my headspace is and whatnot. So it was funny because underpinning the production as well, there was something within me that was like, I want the sound to be unity as well. So it combined so many different sounds in terms of a worldwide audience. I got like African samples and like African drums and chants and those kind of stuff on there. I got like the grime stuff to touch London. I got those traditional New York beats. I got like the Jamaican dancehall vibe and that kind of thing popping off on there. So in terms of that same unity, it was kind of like giving people like no excuse not to be able to relate or to kind of connect with this thing. And then once you do connect with it, you're kind of drawn into this world of all these other sounds that you might not have heard before if you only listen to one type of music, or if you're only in one type of pocket or something like that, you know?
Yeah, that's cool. So it sounds like it's going to be a mixed kind of EP compilation, which is going to be awakening to most people that listen to it then. Yeah,
definitely. And it's like crazy, just up-tempo as well. like it's definitely not kind of and I never wanted it to be that this kind of bitter, like, why doesn't everyone work together? Why are you guys like this? Like, I didn't want it to be that kind of, I just wanted it to be like a celebration almost, just to come together. And it's like, there's something to make people want to come together. Like, I love it if after this, I just started seeing the rappers and MCs was doing joint projects together, you know? Because that's the vibe. Like, ever since we started the ciphers, since then, it's just been ciphers just like popping up all over the place, you know? And every time I look, there's no, even so, like, I don't know, I might have to go in for copyright on it, but I saw, so I have the track Jesus Over Everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I must have seen, like, a couple of days ago, Jesus Over Everything, cypher popping up online. I was like, okay. Okay. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, I'm hoping it kind of inspires other people in the scene to do something similar. Because, yeah, I just know it'd be dope for certain people. Like, yeah, if I saw a Governor B and, like, Faith Child album, you don't even need to think about it. Just know it'd be dope, you know? I just would love to see more and more of that kind of thing happening. Like, why not? You know, if Jay-Z and Kanye can come together and do Watch the Throne, if Nas and Damian Marley can come together and do Distant Relatives, what's going on in Christian music?
Yeah, man, I think you might be paving the way for some cool collaboration projects coming up, because why not? I mean, if you find someone you can either challenge yourself with or you just connect well with, and it could definitely happen, man.
Yeah, for sure, man, because I know sometimes people's logic for features, it can be like all sorts of different things. Like, I've been kind of grappling with a lot of the stuff, like the narratives that are out there about gospel rap now, almost as if it's like dying or something where there's no fan base, so everyone needs to go secular or start getting like secular artists to feature and tailoring the music to secular. It's like, forget that. If you make good music, people come. If you can make a hot track about people shooting people and selling drugs and people's moms dying and everything else, and people dance to it because they like the music, then what more the gospel, you know? No matter where you are, everyone has a relationship with God already. That's already happening. You either have a close relationship or a distant relationship. That's the only difference, you know? And I think God is not a pushy God. He's not an invasive God. So if you just take the smallest steps to invite God into your life and tell him before you go to bed tonight, "Dear Lord, I just want you to show me what you got. I just want to invite you into my life. I just want to, know you, experience you, feel you."